Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk about how speed is key. Speed is vital, it's so important, and it helps you build momentum. So speed in itself is how quickly you get about to doing something. Are you going to procrastinate with a task for a few weeks, a few months, or are you going to get it done tomorrow? Are you going to do it today? Are you going to do it right now after you finish watching this video? How quick do you take action? That's one thing that you can tell how successful someone is going to be by. If they say they're going to go and do something and they do it within a day or a week, they're most likely going to do really well. But if it takes them months and months to do it, and even then they might not even do it to the degree they said they would, then that's the sign of someone who doesn't have it in them to be successful. So speed is how quickly you decide to take action, how quickly you decide to take the reins on your life and to go and do something different, to do something productive for a change. And speed is so important because once you start that habit of getting up, doing that morning routine, doing those YouTube videos, whatever it may be, and then going on to work, you start to build momentum. And at first, it'll take a lot of discipline because it's quite difficult to do something that you're not used to doing, and it's not what you're used to. So it takes time for you to get used to doing these things on a daily basis and doing that amount of work and going to the gym and doing everything every day. But eventually you get used to it. And then after a certain amount of time, it starts to become easier because you've built that momentum with the speed you took, with the speed you had to take action. You start to build momentum, and eventually the tasks that were once difficult, that once required discipline to complete, are now part of your routine. You're motivated to go and do them because it's part of what you do on a daily basis. You train now no matter what. You train every day because you have to, but also because it's part of your day. It's just ingrained in your habit cycle. So when it comes to building that momentum and then having these habits and they become a lot easier, you need to remember that you can't just leave it there. You need to find new habits, new things that you can fill your time with. That doesn't mean cut out the old things, but new little things that you can fit in that are going to be difficult, that are going to require discipline. So it could be stretching after a workout. It could be having a cold shower instead of a warm one. It could be meditating at the beginning of the day. It could be reading a certain amount or doing a certain amount of outreach. Whatever it may be, it's very dependent upon your situation. But as you get used to doing it, as you get motivated to start doing it, as it becomes part of your daily habit cycle, part of your daily routine, then you need to start looking into finding another thing you can add on top of it. So maybe I do YouTube videos daily. Maybe I should start editing them next. Maybe that could be my next step. Editing my YouTube videos because it's something new, it's something difficult. And instead of wasting a bit of time, I could sit down and read a book. I need to get more reading done. So there's lots of things where you can do something new that you haven't done before. It could be related to a previous task that you're already doing, but it's just something that you're not used to doing, so it requires discipline to do consistently. So if you're not used to doing something, it's going to take you time, it's going to take you effort, it's going to take you discipline to continually do it day in, day out. Make sure that that you actually complete that task on a daily basis. It's going to take discipline. So once you build that speed, you take action quickly, you start the task, and then you build momentum. And then with that momentum, those tasks start to get easier. They start to get easier and easier until you're motivated to do them and it just becomes a part of your day. And then when it's at that point, you can then look at finding new habits, new tasks, new parts of your day that you can link onto the back of the old ones. So maybe after you've made a YouTube video, you go and you figure out another 2 topics for YouTube videos. Or you've done your workout and then you'll stretch afterwards. Or you've done 50 cold calls and then you do dead hangs and you try and decompress your spine. Something new that's difficult that you haven't been used to doing. So it's a really good way to figure out if you're stagnant, if your daily routine, what it is now, if it's very easy, very simple, if it's just kind of you going through the motions, then you know you need to add on more things that require discipline to do. Because eventually, if you train for long enough, day in, day out, daily, you're training hard every day, eventually you become motivated to do that training. You find it a lot easier. So you need to add in something that requires discipline to do that training. Maybe you stretch before and afterwards. And you've never stretched before or after your workout before. So now you're adding in this whole new step that you get to the gym and you do a proper warm-up, you do a proper stretches, and then you go into the weights. And then once you've done your full session, you take another 10-15 minutes and you do your stretches again. You do a cool down, you do some massage, you get your massage gun out. Whatever it may be, does it provide you with that huge percentage increase? Does it give you a good ROI with your time? So it's all about finding what works with the tasks you already have, finding something you can link onto the back of them after the first task becomes easy, and requires a lot less discipline. So an example of this with me is I can train every day now. I can do weights every day, but I've changed my program, which I mentioned in one of my last videos. So I only do weights 3 to 4 days a week now, and I have to do cardio every other day. And I hate running with a passion. I hate it with a passion. So what I'm going to start doing is, because I'm not used to doing the running, it's going to take me time and discipline to get used to doing it. And then after a month, 2 months, 3 months, when I'm used to doing it, when it's part of my routine almost, then I could start adding in stretching before and after. Because I don't want to overload myself now. I don't want to give myself 10, 20 tasks that are really difficult to do, because I'll just drain myself. You've got to go about it smart. You've got to go about it so that you don't end up draining yourself. So you do one kind of difficult task at a time until that becomes easy, then you add on another one. And until that one becomes easy, then you add on another one. It's a continuous cycle, but you can't tell someone to build a wall in a day. It will take time. You've got to wait for the cement to dry. It all takes time and effort and consistency. So it's just a reminder to you that speed is key for starting your journey. Speed is key for actually getting the ball rolling, starting that snowball effect. And with that snowball effect comes momentum. You start to go faster and faster. You make more and more progress easier because it becomes almost fluid-like for you. It just, because you're seeing the results, you're making progress, and you're enjoying the process even more. And then it comes into the discipline side of things. You just need to start adding in new tasks, new things that you can do throughout the day that require discipline, so that you're still training your mind. And that's it. And I just want to say thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video.